Hi, this is Dan from Magic Pachinko Restorations with another short video of my latest restoration. This is for a customer, so this machine won't be for sale. If you enjoy watching these videos, then I would definitely ask that you click on the subscribe button. And also, I guess there's a bell there you can click on, and that'll give you a notification of upcoming videos if you like to see them. Also, if you haven't been there, magicpachinkorestorations.com is now alive. A lot of good information there. So stop by, say hello. So this machine is the Nishijin Model B. This is a 1974, I believe, if I remember right. 1975 maybe. Super Deluxe. Again, this is a customer restoration, so this wouldn't be for sale to anyone, but with every restoration that I do, I strip every part off the machine and then deal with every individual part. So all the wood, all the plastic, all the metal, all the brass, every individual part gets detailed, cleaned, and then the machine gets completely reassembled. I'm one of the few people in the country that does this professionally, in the sense that I replace the artwork on the playfields. Not everybody goes to that extent. They'll clean them up, they'll get them working, and so on. But there's only, to the best of my knowledge, only 4 of us that actually take the time to rip all this stuff off and replace this artwork. So this has all been replaced. There's no water damage or color fades or anything. It's all brand new. So you can see the attention to detail that I put on these machines to get them just absolutely as clean as I can possibly get them before I rebuild them. So that's what she looks like from the front. And this is what it looks like from the back. So with all of my restorations, I include, I go through the wiring, make sure the wiring works, I replace the light bulbs, and I provide a 12-volt power supply. This just plugs into the wall. So I'm going to plug this in. And when you do plug it in, you notice the light comes on. Right now, that is the what they call a ball out light. There we go. The ball out light, which is this one. It's controlled by this leaf switch. So when there's no balls or not enough balls in the upper hopper, the weight would be off of this platform here. The balls would be down here, but there wouldn't be any weight on this platform. And this would come down and make the leaf switch, which turns the light on. When there's enough pachinko balls in here, this is pushed down and it breaks the circuit here, so the light goes off. Okay. The other switch that's in here is right in here. There's another leaf switch, and this is activated when the jackpot pays out. And in this particular machine, there are 2 light bulbs. There's one here and one here in the jackpot chamber. And there's also a secondary or third light up here that comes on when a jackpot is made. Kind of an interesting setup. I don't know that I've seen one like that, but you'll see when it lights from the front. Okay. So when you go to set this machine up, there's a couple of things you need to be aware of. One is what's called the ball dump mechanism, and I've color coded this with magic marker. This piece of metal right here and this piece of metal right here are red. So if you see them apart, this end is red, that end is red, and there's an arrow there that says push to the right. So you take this piece of metal and you push it to the right, and these 2 pieces interface with each other. And what that does is it keeps this metal piece over here, so that when the balls go down, they'll go around and they'll go across this metal piece into the jackpot chamber. If this is open, then these white arms here would swing down and allow all the balls that are up in this area to run down this exit chute and exit the machine. So it's a way to get the balls out of the machine. It's a maintenance thing, but from a end user perspective, you always want this over like that, especially the first time you load the balls, because if it's not, they'll just fall right out of the machine and it'll make a mess all over the floor. The other thing that you need to be aware of is what's called the seesaw. This is the seesaw chamber, and there's a white piece of plastic in there that's called the seesaw. Right now the seesaw sits in that chamber like this, with the this end up, this end down, and that's the proper position. If it ever ends up being in a position like this, then your pachinko machine won't work, and I'll explain why in just a second. So prior to loading the balls, there's another black arrow here, and there's a little metal rod, and you push up on that metal rod, and that will take that seesaw and tip it up if it happens to be tipped the wrong way. All right, so we're going to load this with balls now. If you have 300, 400, 500 balls, you're going to want to put 80–90% of the balls that you have in your upper hopper. You only need a handful to actually start to play the game. So we'll load up a whole bunch of pachinko balls. Right now, this is not full, but there's enough balls in here that you can see them here. It's pushed down on this, which turns your light off. This double run is full of balls. It goes around to the turnaround, a double run under this white plastic, and then one run goes on this side of the jackpot chamber, the other run goes on this side of the jackpot chamber, and they're held in place right by this white mechanism. So that's the way a pachinko machine is set up and ready to go. So again, make sure that the seesaw is up in the air. So what happens when a pachinko machine is played, any losing ball goes into what's called the drain hole. So you need something similar to this, any kind of a box, any kind of a tray, doesn't matter what it is. It would sit here, and the losing balls will drop out of this chute. So you need something that'll catch it. A winning ball, however, goes down a different path. You can't see it because this is not clear plastic, but in here is a shelf, and every winning ball comes in and lands on this shelf and runs down the shelf to the end of the seesaw. The weight of the ball goes into the seesaw, the weight of the ball tips the seesaw, and then the ball rolls out of the seesaw. It then continues down through here, down this path right here, and ultimately will exit out of this chute right here. Now, when that happens, you can see it right here. This is the end of the jackpot arm right here. You can just see it going up like that. I don't want to bring it all the way down, but the weight of the ball will push down on that and allow the ball to fall out. When this gets pushed down, it's attached under this cover to this rod here, which is attached right here to an arm that goes this way, which comes over to the jackpot. So when this goes down, this lifts. This gets pushed down, and it lets the balls fall out of here. They go out, they ring off a bell and go out the front of the machine. And then the whole system resets itself. So, in the unlikely event that you're playing pachinko and you don't get a win when you expect it, you don't want to continue to play. You want to stop. And the main place you're going to look is right in here. And chances are this jackpot arm might be halfway down with a ball sitting on it. It just didn't complete the final path. So usually you can just push down. In this case, they exited out the bottom. Normally they would go out the front. But that just cleared the machine. Everything is fine. Seesaw is up. You're good. Again, if you don't get a payout, stop playing, because all it will do is compound the problem if you continue to play. Take a look and see why. And it's usually, you can wiggle it here, you can wiggle it here, you can wiggle the little paper clip. There are a lot of places you can wiggle, and it should let the balls out, and everything should be fine. So let's show you the machine in action. Now, it's much easier to win a pachinko when the tulips are open. Right now, the tulips are not open, so it's going to be a little more difficult. The first time you play, the first cycle loads a ball onto the ramp. It won't shoot a ball. The second time it will. That's the plexiglass. Glass would prevent that from happening. Plus, this machine tends to lean forward a little bit. I just took it back. That's a little better. Okay. So you saw a little bit of the action. Again, it's tougher to win when the tulips are closed. What I want to do is cheat this, because I want to show you something. This is a really nice, I really like this center attraction. When a ball goes down through the center of it, when it goes down through here, it comes down into here, and then it'll either go on to this side or this side. If it goes down this side, it'll open this tulip. If it goes down this side, it'll open that tulip, like that. And if it goes down through the center, this one's already open, but it would open this tulip. So now that the tulips are open, I'll close the video out and show you a lot of wins. Notice, red light is on, not enough balls. So you would take the balls out of here, the balls out of the back hopper, put them up. And when you get enough of them in there, the light turns off. So that's it. Hope you enjoy it.